We're not even on the wine. It's terrible, really, isn't it? Anyway, hello everybody. We're back
We're just
again.
amusing ourselves.
We are just amusing ourselves. I'm going to do all my usual things that I need to do, and I'll let Zoe talk.
Let me see what I'm talking about.
You can talk about that bit there. So,
Which bit where?
Number 2. You haven't got, put your glasses on, woman.
Which bit where?
Oh, it's good to be back. It really is.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. Hope you're well. Wow, we're just back from the missed weekender, so we've had an absolutely fantastic time on the virtual dance weekender. Some of you may have joined in with it. It'd be great to hear your feedback in the comments section on how you found it. Richard and I taught a number of classes, intermediate plus class on the Saturday morning, a beginner's tap class and a men's styling class. And we had great fun. It was fantastic to see everybody. It was done through Zoom, so you could see people in your class, a bit like my ladies styling workshop. And we had an absolute blast. And then the DJ sets as well were really good fun because people were chatting and interacting through the video, even though you can't like speak to each other per se. There was lots of chat going on through the chat history and stuff like that. So it was a really great weekend. And yeah, it'd be good to hear from you guys how you found it.
Yeah, we'd love to hear actually what everybody thought of it. If there's any feedback that you have on it, things you'd like to see differently or done differently next time, and all of that type of stuff. So yeah, I'm desperately trying to sort out the sharing of all of this so it more people can join in, because quite often people do struggle to find this. Oh, there we go. Right, let's share that.
My face.
It is you
so
scratching.
You may notice something strange
Me
about
too.
the picture that you can see in situ, which is giving it away now with a little shimmy. That will feature later in our conversation.
It will, very much so. But so if you haven't noticed what it is,
Literally noticed tonight.
it is Zoe's attempt at baking scones. This is not a biscuit. This, well, I say it's a scone, but yeah, what can I say?
No, I thought I had the oven turned down too
Hello
low,
everyone, by the way.
But yeah, it didn't kind of go very well, did it? They tasted okay. Beatrice said to me, which was the funniest bit, they don't smell disastrous, mummy, but they look disastrous. And she's right, but they didn't taste too bad, did they?
No, they actually tasted very nice.
Okay, but
yeah.
They're just flat, so I don't know what I did to them. Maybe little fingers helped me overmix them. I'm not sure, but anyway, I won't be eating them.
Have you just chopped it? Right, let's move on, shall we?
But we did. The reason I was making scones,
Yes.
there is a story behind this, was because it was our wedding anniversary.
Yay.
And we didn't realise until very late on Tuesday night, about 7 o'clock, when a reminder, nice to know that Richard puts reminders in his phone with a good chance of reminding himself with ample time to buy me the most brilliant present in the world, not 7 o'clock the night before when all the shops are shut. And it came up, it's our wedding anniversary yesterday, 6 years married. Feels like forever.
It feels like a long time.
In a good way.
Yeah.
And it's apparently candy is the UK
or sugar
gift, or sugar. So I decided to bake scones for Richard so that we could have his idea, cream tea in the park with Prosecco, and it was very lovely. So
yeah,
thank you for everybody's well wishes and congratulations on Facebook. So who have we got joining us then? Hi Mary, Kirsty, Michael, Dot, Richard, Steve, Rose. Hello everyone, it's lovely to see you. Dawn.
Yeah.
How did you find doing the online classes at Mist? Yeah, they were great. They were really good fun.
Yeah.
We enjoyed it. I mean, we've got used to now talking to a blank screen, which I know sounds weird, but normally in a venue, you've kind of got the people to feed off, and
yeah,
like you don't get that. So it's a very different feeling, but we kind of just end up entertaining ourselves.
I'm back.
And hoping that other people are entertained by us entertaining ourselves.
Yeah, that's hopefully the plan. It is always very strange, because one of the things that I love about teaching is that you get to have that interaction with the class and you get feedback and you watch how people do. It's very strange when you're just talking like we are now to a blank computer screen, or we get the pleasure of seeing ourselves, which is always slightly weird. and yeah, you don't get that feedback. We love your comments. That helps us massively actually feel like we're talking to somebody rather than not talking to anyone. So yeah, I'll answer that for you in a moment, Mary, just to let you know. So yeah, it was good. And what we did was kind of kept going onto gallery and just seeing how everybody was doing on that, and then we go back to teaching. And yeah, I love doing the lead styling one as well, which was good. So I very much enjoyed that. And talking of that, next Monday, advertising part.
No.
The first.
The first.
Yes.
Oh, that's this Monday.
That is this Monday, yes.
You said next.
Yeah, I always get confused with that one. Yeah. Anyway, Monday that's coming up next, which is this Monday, hope that makes sense,
True.
Yeah, I'm doing a lead styling class. It's going to take place at 8:30, I believe it is, via Zoom. So I'll run the class again. Everything I'm going to be teaching you is relevant to your dancing. It's not just poncing around. Poncing around. Okay, so it is everything that you use in your dancing and what makes things work better, makes you a better lead by working on your basic techniques. So that's the principle.
So come on, men. Come on, Richard Chandler. He might have already booked on.
Might have, I can't remember. If you do want to book,
Stokes.
If you do want to book onto it, send me a private message via Facebook or an email, and I will put you onto the list and send you the link. It costs just an entire £4 for the whole hour or so.
And of course, we have our fantastic week virtual tea dance coming up, which we're very excited about because it's going to combine the very best of the Rock Live and Dance venues. So we have the fantastic Bake Along with Dot, and we're doing scones. What scones are we doing?
We are doing after last week's conversation, or 2 weeks ago, when I said we were doing scones and then said, you know, not really sure if we are doing scones, and then I was like, oh, wait, maybe we are. So we are doing scones. We're doing plain scones, fruit scones, and we're also doing cheese scones. And it could even be Stilton. Dot has sent me over the link of all of the ingredients, which I will put on the event page for you, because I know people are going shopping.
So Jen, it's coming up on the event page. Keep your eyes peeled in the next 8 hours.
Thank you for the time limit. After the session, I'll put it on.
I'll get it moving.
Yeah. So the way the afternoon's going to work, just to let you know, is at 1:30 we're going to do a solo dance lesson because we're aware that lots of people are at home. So that will last about half an hour. Then at 2 o'clock it's Bake Along with Dots. That is making scones. That will take about an hour or so.
I'm definitely attending that.
Thank mercy. We've got some lovely biscuits here though. 3 o'clock. We then have music from the lovely Kevin Hyde. 3:30, we're then going to do a partner dance class. That will last about 45 minutes or so. And then 4:15 until 6, Kevin's back with some lovely chill out music. And then at 6 o'clock, it will be Return to Your Sofa.
Or garden.
Or whatever it may be. So yeah, that's the plan. And that's on Sunday, the 7th of June. And it's all free on this occasion.
Mm-hmm.
Other things may be charged.
Read the small print.
Yeah, absolutely. Talking of things being charged.
Oh, Patreon, yeah. So don't forget, everybody, we are offering our online classes now via Patreon. So I should say the link is www.patreon.com/Richard and Zoe.
I love the fact you did it so precisely and you forgot the .com.
Oh, I didn't put that in.
It's patreon.com.
Oh, okay. Patreon.com/Richard and Zoe.
Okay.
And there's been a bit of confusion about these. First, people thought they might be Zoom classes. So just to clear that up, they're not Zoom classes. They are online videos. Online videos? They're just video links.
Yes.
So basically you get to access a video, watch it, play it as many times as you like, fast forward, rewind, watch certain sections of it. And you've got access to that forever whilst you're joined up to the site. And if you were to join on our intermediate extra package today,
which is just £15 plus VAT, we're trying to sort out the VAT. I know.
Leave it with us. We are on their case. You would get access to 28 classes straight up. So we want people to get practicing. We don't want everyone to be rusty when we come back. So do take a look at those. And we've got we've got a number of people who are doing them at the moment, and they've given us really nice feedback. So I think you'll find them nice to get back into dancing in some shape or form.
Very much so. Last but not least, before we go on to the all-important poll of the week and the following questions, is a number of weeks ago we did a kind of pet hate of each other's, Mine was putting a dirty spoon on the side whilst I was cooking, doing all the cooking for Zoe because she never cooks. Don't say that out loud. And Zoe's one, or my one of Zoe's, was that she hung her bra over the drawers where I have to get through to my underwear, so it's always in the way.
You have to get through a bra, like dilemma.
And my threat was that if she did it again, I would hang it outside of the window. I did it. So she did do it again, even though after a few weeks ago she said, I haven't done it since.
I'm a changed person.
Changed person. Yeah, she did it. So I hung the bra outside the window. I left for work. I didn't say anything. And it wasn't until later on when I got back, she went, you hung my bra out the window. Why did you do that? And I said, told you I would do it. So I did it. And she hasn't done it yet again since. So
maybe that was like subliminal, I don't know, messaging to me.
I don't know.
So do tell us your pet hates. Has anyone done anything to rid you of your pet hates? I'm keen to just not be the only one that has bad habits here.
Oh, you have many. But let's move on from that.
Oh, you're a saint.
Right. Let's get on to important parts then. So the poll of tonight, okay, is very much the tea dance related poll. And that is, should it be pronounced, and I'm going to publish this now, so bear with me a second while I get there.
Say it or you do it.
Should it be scone, scone, as in gone, or scone, as in bone? Okay, so that is
Mary's version. Gnome.
Well, gnome has an M-E at the end, and it should be N-E at the end. So that's why you use bone. Otherwise, it's just a different word.
Okay, yeah, true.
So yeah, the principle is it pronounced scone as in scone as in gone, can't even get it right myself, or scone as in bone? That is this week's poll. I'll be honest with you, I use them both.
Say? I can't think what I say now because we've been talking about it too much.
I use scone and scone, which is just completely weird.
I used to say scone and I used to say bath, and now I say scone and bath.
You say bath?
No, I don't think I do.
You've never said bath. You're not from up north.
I don't know.
So yeah, I don't even think it's a north-south divide on the scone or scone thing. So yeah, it's very strange. Right, next bit.
Oh,
okay.
Jen's saying some lovely things about Patreon.
Thank you,
Thanks, Jen.
And Rose did as well.
Oh, thanks, Rose. I haven't read that far up.
Yeah.
What did she say? Oh, yeah. Patreon, lots of tips. So yeah, it's great because we've got the lead and follow. We're both doing the teaching there. So
absolutely. Right, so very quickly before I do the very next part, if you haven't seen any of these sessions before, the principle behind it is that we are going to be doing some questions now that people have sent in over the last week or two. What we really love, though, as much as anything else, is for you to ask live questions, because obviously the questions that we've got written down here, we know what those questions are, so we have some idea of what the answers might or probably will be. If you ask questions live, we don't have any preparation. This is like questions from the public, if you've ever listened to Shag Married Annoyed, that they get on the daily briefings, okay? Although I'm sure they do know what the questions are anyway. But there we go. So yeah, that's the principle. So please do ask any questions. Public. Right, next bit then is, over the last 2 weeks or so, I've lost count actually of how many days I've been doing this. I've been doing the 25 push-ups for 25 days challenge. It's to raise awareness of PTSD, something which I know a lot of people really do suffer with. I'm ex-military myself, so I know a number of people that have suffered over the years as well. So I thought tonight I would actually perform them live, okay? And I'm going to do that in a few minutes. But the question that Zoe wanted to ask everybody is, how long does everybody think that I will be able to do push-ups? How quickly, yeah. So is it going to take 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds? And we'd love you to kind of try and make some guesses.
1, 2. I don't think you can do 25 in 25 seconds.
Do you not? And they have to be proper push-ups, and therefore Zoe's going to be holding her fist on the floor, so my chest has to hit.
I only have a little hand.
Oh, great. So my chest has to hit, and Zoe will be adjudicating this, and this will take place in about...
I am the adjudicator.
And Sarah, no, it's not going to be on the desk, it'll be on the floor, because I'm not sure the desk can take my weight. Okay, so yes, that'll be taking place. So we'd love to know how long you think it's going to take me. 10, 20, 30 seconds, 4 hours. I can do 25 press-ups, so it's not a case if I can't do them. So yeah.
Although if I sit on him, he can't.
No, we did have that video, which did, yeah, thank you for the nearly 2,000 people that have seen the video now of me trying to lift Zoe didn't quite go so
Had
well.
we had wine that night? I'm not sure
No.
if we had.
Of course we
rolling about on the floor like Fruit Loops.
Yeah. So that's a good question, Steve. Before we go on to the other questions, are there any particular moves that you are reluctant to teach in any of your classes? I know there are certain moves that I feel are very dated now. So for me, for instance, I can't see
Like the
myself
train.
teaching. Well, yeah, there used to be a move, and I'll demonstrate it now. Okay, already getting up. Okay, there used to be a move. Can I borrow yours? Let's do
God,
this.
if I have to.
This is.
Mine is scone.
I know. Yeah, mine is.
Oh, I definitely say scone.
There we go.
Let's just remove the scone.
I'm in shorts, by the way, tonight. So the original chap that started Ciroc in the UK was called James Cronin, and he named a move James's Train. Okay, and the principle behind it is that you did a cone effectively, but you turned yourself round and end up in this position here, and then you both step one way and then step the other. You'd get to the left-hand side, you prep the arm out to the right, you bring it back to the shoulder, and then you go back the other way.
So we definitely won't be teaching that one.
No, not teaching that one. Okay.
No way, Jose.
So yeah, other moves, for instance, I can't see myself teaching a pretzel for a while. Again, it just feels quite, oh, here's my hand. There's certain reasons why you would, allocate your body in that way. But yeah, I probably wouldn't teach that. Other moves that obviously we have to be very careful of. Is there a reason the scone is, by the way, on the
Yeah,
the
because I
mat?
don't want it on the floor. Why are you giving it to
I
me?
don't know. It's just in the way. Yeah, obviously moves that require proper health and safety. So aerials and stuff like that. Where I wouldn't teach that because people can injure themselves. So yeah, stuff like that would be.
So I'm writing down how many seconds
Oh,
people
okay.
think it's going to take. Rose has given you a good old 40 seconds.
40
I
seconds.
think I might
okay.
go 50.
Really?
2 seconds of press up, down
Okay.
and up. No, you might be quicker than that. Richard Chandler says 30. Any offers on that? Get your scores in now for a prize.
What is the prize?
My scone.
It's
we
not.
can send you.
It's not a
this
biscuit.
delectable scone
Do you know
if
what?
you get the right number.
Do you know what's very strange is that so I changed these into audio podcasts.
27. Ooh, Sarah's
Aud-
ambitious.
Audio podcasts as well. And if you subscribe to it on Spotify or iTunes, then they do come up automatically. And because it came up on my phone, and I thought I'll have a little listen back to some past episodes, what we've done. I actually made myself laugh in a really sad sort of way.
Wow, so Mary and
Oh, here we go.
Paul are
We're all
going
around 30.
around the 30. Well, Paul's gone 32, Mary's gone 30, Richard Chandler's gone 30,
Yeah.
Jen's giving you 33.
Okay.
You're all desperate to take a bite of this scone. Clive's come in with 35. Come on,
Great.
let's hear for some more of you.
My father's just sent a message, and he said when he was boxing, my dad used to be a professional boxer. It's a very small one.
Oh,
When
my
I
dad
was
says 35.
boxing, I used to be able to do 65 press-ups in a minute. Beat that son. Nope.
Maybe we should get Pete on here doing the press ups.
Yeah.
Steve Stokes is going. I don't know why I have to say Steve Stokes. I can't just say Steve.
Steve.
Steve Stokes
Steve.
is going for 38 seconds.
Okay.
I'm going to go a bit higher. I'm going to go 45.
45 seconds. Okay.
Sorry, 45.
Thanks for your confidence, loving wife.
I'm going to sit on you halfway through.
No, you're not. Obviously, I've had Beatrice sitting on me on one of them, but there we go.
Michael's with me. Michael, you're the same as me. Good choice.
Are we doing this now? Should we get this out of the way?
But the votes are still coming in.
The
Oh,
votes
what
still
did Susan say?
Susan Chandler.
156. Susan,
That's harsh.
I think even I could do them that quickly.
Yeah, it's second prize no scone or scone.
Yeah, I think you're better off for getting second prize than you are first, that's
Yeah.
for sure. Although put cream on it, it all tastes the same.
Yeah. Right, there's actually another question here, and then we're going to do the
Push-ups. So
The
last
push-ups.
few scores coming
last
in.
few scores coming in. Okay, I need to read that before
Oh,
you
sorry,
scroll
I've
away
just
from it.
scrolled
If you,
away.
that's okay. This is quite interesting. There's a number of questions on taxi dancers tonight, actually, as it happens. So we might just do that bit very, very quickly.
Yeah, why
okay.
not?
So, what is your perfect setup for a dance class? How many taxi dancers? How many participants? Any other wants?
Are you looking to set up a class, Clive?
Yeah, this is inside information.
I'm just joking.
Yeah. So set up for a dance class. Certainly you'd never want to have too many people in the class because then you can't communicate with everybody and see everybody.
Are you
So
talking about the taxi class in your class?
I'm guessing it's just a normal class to start with, and then it goes on to how many taxi dancers. So, for instance, I remember doing a class many years ago at Canberra. I think they estimated there was something like 700 people in the class. It was something ridiculous like that. It was just a heaving room. It was a time when I had dark hair, I think. And yeah, genuinely, it just looked like this mass blur of people. So it was almost like you were teaching to nobody because you couldn't really connect with anybody because there were so many people. At the same time, you don't want 20 people in the class because then it feels a bit atmosphericless. So yeah, anything between kind of 60 and 100 people, I suggest is a really good number for a class because it kind of creates a good buzz and all of that. Regarding taxi dancers, as many as possible, I'd say, depending on the size of the class. I'd say if it's kind of between 50 and 100, obviously 2 or 3 is more than enough, maybe up to 4. And definitely obviously a separate room for the taxi session on that. So yeah. Yes. The test, oh, hang on a sec. Oh, that's okay. The test is to drop it out the window and see if the birds eat it.
Oh gosh, it's going out the way. No, but we've got 2 fat pigeons that eat absolutely anything at the front of our house. I'm trying to not encourage them. Oh my god. Oh, you can't throw it out the window.
It's gone.
We'll see if any birds...
Or go.
Leave it open.
Okay, we'll leave it open. We'll have some
We'll
nice...
peek.
Right. Lovely job. Yeah, Dot saying after the tea dance, your scones will be transformed.
I hope so, because I used to be able to make a good scone. I don't know what's happened to me. The only difference, I think, is that Beatrice...
Can I just say, at the moment, it is neck and neck.
I think little fingers getting in the pastry, whatever it is, the dough.
Right, let's get on with these press-ups.
Come on then, how are you going to do this?
So I've already sourced this out. Okay, so we're moving that to there.
How can you even see that?
That's okay. I'm going to be on the floor. You need to be over there.
Everybody else.
So for those that don't know, this is the 25 press-ups.
We need coming down.
I need to time it, don't you?
Oh, that's on my phone.
That's okay.
I can do both.
You can. Okay.
I use my phone because I can't use them.
I can't even see your phone.
It's on the chat. The little chat.
Of course it is. Where else would it be? Right. Oh, let me take my glasses off as well. Are you ready?
No, I haven't got your time up.
So you said you could use it.
What?
Stopwatch.
I'm on it, like a carb on it.
Right. So
Oh, I think I might knock the door on me.
Yeah, don't do that.
Where's that going? Like that?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So you've obviously got to keep your head back, otherwise I'm going to headbutt you.
Well, I need to go side on then. This is we haven't thought this through. Sorry about this, everyone. Talk amongst yourself. There
right.
You go.
Are you ready? Steady.
Go.
Go.
Oh. I'm not counting. How many is that?
6,
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Whoa! Blimey. Do you know what? I think the pressure of being on camera has definitely sped him up. Doesn't want to be shamed in public. So, we all underestimated him. The score was, and he hit my hand every time. I was really hoping he wouldn't, and then I could punish him and make him do another. But the score is, and the closest person to this was Sarah Perry, 21.97, so 22 seconds.
That 21.97 beat 22 seconds.
Sarah said 27. Everyone else put you over 30.
Thank you, Susan Chandler, 156 seconds.
So that was good effort, darling.
Thank you.
So Sarah, will you win the scone if there's anything left for it after the birds have pecked it? They're not taking it, but it's evening time. They've gone to bed.
Let's move on, shall we? Right. Okay, let's do...
On its way to the post, Sarah.
Yeah.
I have another spare scone.
Right.
No one's eating them.
Now, this is the question that came in last week. Okay, so I'll read it out. Okay, it's a question to Zoe. So, I feel like I'm quite robotic when I dance, just following the instructions that I'm given. Sometimes I try and do my own bit. I guess that comes with practice and confidence. Zoe was talking about embellishing at the end of a move. I find that it's difficult because I'm not given the times the man usually has his hand put ready or is grabbing mine. So how do we go about embellishing? Do we just delay our responses, or do we say to the man in advance that we want to add a bit of styling so not to rush us? Thank you for the quick question.
The succinct question, yeah. Where to start? Well, first of all, I think it is about having confidence in your own ability, because if you don't feel confident to give things a try, then, well, it just doesn't happen. So you have to have that element of confidence to give it a go. Richard actually described it very well when we were talking about this earlier. What was it you said?
I did something right.
You did something right. What was it you said?
Oh,
yeah, because I said to him, let me think about it. What do I do? Because sometimes I don't always know what I do. I just do it, if that makes any sense. And Richard said, you turn from being what did you say?
I want to say positive into a negative, or negative.
Oh no, you said positive. Like if Richard's leading and dancing, and I'm following, he's the one that's positive in leading, and I'm the one that's receptive. And then it switches, and then when I decide to take over and embellish, I become positive in my action, and Richard becomes receptive. So it's almost like we give each other a little signpost. So I don't know if we can even demonstrate that.
Yeah.
It's a difficult concept.
It's just a high first walkout. Yeah. So if I'm leading a normal high first walkout, for instance, and I lead my partner forwards, I'm pushing at this point here. What Zoe would now actually do, though, she kind of push against my hand, and then all of a sudden I become the receptive one, and I'm then waiting for whatever Zoe is then going to do at that point there.
So I take over a bit more of the lead, in kind of back lead a little bit, I guess, which is give a little bit of resistance to the man to say, no, actually, I'm going to do this for a minute. And I hold my stance, and then the man has to wait for me.
So like on a slingshot exit or an inside turn. So if I did an inside turn like this, I would be ready to go on, but Zoe actually takes hold of my hand.
I squeeze it a bit.
Squeeze it a little bit, not too much, not as much as yours do. And she's then controlling the dance. She's leading the dance at that point there and doing whatever things that...
And then I go, I'm back over to you. So it's like passing a bit of a baton or something between you, where you give each other little clues and indications about, I'm going to do something now, so hold fire.
Yeah. When does Zoe start with the press-ups? Now, when this all started, and an old RAF friend of mine
Thanks, Richard.
did nominate me, then, I didn't... Zoe said, if you ever nominate me, I will kill you. So
I hate this sort of thing. It just drags on and on. It's like ruled our life for 25 days.
So yeah, Richard Chandler, I don't know if I've nominated you yet, but if I haven't, then now is the time that I am nominating you. So yeah.
Ha! Right back at you.
But I think I may have nominated him already. I
don't know.
I've lost track. But if I haven't, then you are it for today. And if I have, then you are it again, because you obviously didn't do it first time. There's no pressure, though. I'd like to point that out.
So Mandy's got a good point that can be difficult to take control with some men who you don't normally dance with, because they don't like you taking the lead.
Yeah. Again, it's a balance thing. So
if you did it all the time, I think it would be really annoying for the man. Like if you just kept doing it every couple of seconds.
I danced with a lady that once just kept on taking the lead effectively, and and I gave up in the end.
Sarah nominated Richard.
Oh, has she? But it's a double nomination then.
You have to do 50 days.
Or 50 press-ups a day. As long as it's raising awareness, that's the whole point of it. So yeah, as long as it's raising awareness.
So yeah, I don't know about the men. Yeah, don't overdo it.
No.
Because then men can get quite grotty. And well, I don't find they do, especially not if you know what you're doing. They certainly don't. I've never had anyone grotty with me.
No, they wouldn't dare.
They just don't ask me.
Oh, you know, it's a real thing actually. Is that we've discussed many times about the fact that Zoe very rarely gets asked to dance when we go to a freestyle or anything, and I've tried to explain to her that it's because we're scared stiff of her. It's quite an intimidating thing for a man to say, hey, I've got my 25 basic intermediate moves. Well, it's because the men are kind of saying, I've got my intermediate moves, here I am. You know, can I show them to you, even though you've done a million of them before? So that's quite an intimidating thing from the ladies' perspective. Obviously, it's down to me as the lead to come up with the moves and therefore to drive the dance as such. So it's probably a slightly easier thing for the ladies. And ladies are just relentless. And that's great when we get back to dancing. So yes.
Oh, that's a nice thought, Dot, though. You are as good as me.
You need to read what
Dot.
that is, just in case
Sorry,
people...
oh yeah, I'm not as good at it as Zoe, but I find most men quite like it, and usually leads to a fun dance. There you go.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got to be open to all different things. That would be grand.
And if they don't like it, don't ask them to dance again.
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
Yeah. It's very strange actually, because when Zoe's on, really into the song and really going for it, then she adds loads and loads into the dance. If she might be, and I'm not saying that she ever is grumpy in any way, shape or form, or doesn't like the song or anything like that whatsoever, but let's just imagine that might happen on the odd occasion, then I then have to do all the work, and I have to say it's a really boring dance then. So I've ended up relying on Zoe adding her parts of the dance to actually make it a more interesting dance. So yeah, that's what I'd like to think.
Well, I don't know if that made it. I think that was it Joanna Smith?
Yes.
That came up with that question. So I don't know if that's helps Joanna, but if you want any more clarification, then drop us a chat in the chat line, and we'll go over any points again for you. But yeah, have confidence. Share the proactive, reactive, receptive, positive, whatever you want to call it, lead and follow elements, and let men allow the ladies to embellish, and ladies, don't be shy. Give the embellishing a go.
Yeah, and I like what Mandy's just said then, is that her theory is everyone starts somewhere. I never complain if a man sticks a few moves, especially a beginner. I must say, when I'm doing the lead part, I genuinely don't care what moves the man is doing. In fact, sometimes if the man's doing quite simple moves, that then gives me more of an opportunity to put my part into the dance as a follow. So, if the man's doing loads and loads of complex moves, then I'm thinking, whoa, and I then kind of just follow his dance. So in some ways, the more simple the dance, the more expressive I can become as a follow. So yeah, never worry about it.
Yeah, and it's nice because I can get to style it up. Sometimes if you're just pulled into move after move after move, then you don't get to style it out. So
good question from Steve there again. So Zoe, can you give any advice to the guys who ask you to dance?
No, I think that's a statement. Zoe can give advice to any of the guys who ask her to dance.
Yeah,
of course I can, Steve.
Of course.
I'm always happy to if they want it. Yeah. You do find some people aren't there. They're just there to have fun, right? They don't always want to go over the theory.
Yeah.
But I always ask, can I give you advice? Because I don't want to upset the delicate constitution of our men.
How are my pecs feeling, by the way?
Delicate constitution of our men.
Moving on. We've done about 3 questions. We're nearly just half an hour into it already. So anyway,
let's have another question.
Let's have another question. I love this question. I often ask this question at the beginning of each class as well. And that is, what's the best thing that's happened to you during the last week? I'm actually going to open this out, not just to yourself, my dear, but to everybody. One of the things the reason I ask this question is as soon as you start thinking about good things that have happened to you in the last week, the serotonin starts to flow through the brain and you feel happier about yourself. So I would love you to put in the chat function something good that's happened to you in the last week. That would be amazing to see people's good stories. That would be really, really nice. So, but first of all, Mrs. B, what's the best thing that's happened to you during the last week?
Oh, us remembering it was our anniversary and doing something
before.
As a family together.
Aww.
So we went.
I've got nasty.
So we went to the local park. We took our picnic rucksack with it's got all like plates and knives and prosecco glasses. We had a cold bottle of prosecco, my tasty scones, which Richard.
You really call me Richard?
No, I just slipped out. Richard supplemented with some nice cream cakes from Tesco, as if he knew that the scones were not going to materialise. And we took strawberries, yummy strawberries, and we played pool. And B literally did laps of the green grass, and it was just really lovely family time. I
also did some rolling down a hill, which I might post.
Oh, that is funny. Well. So Beatrice was rolling down this gentle hill, and Richard thought it would be good to copy her. And he went so fast, and it was just really funny to watch.
That's a lovely thing from Elaine there. Saw my daughter for the first time in 4 months. Oh, that is lovely.
Did you go on a socially distanced walk?
Yeah.
And we're all now from Monday allowed to have 6 in the garden.
Yeah. The question we
wanted.
We were wondering if it includes young children, because obviously we have Beatrice. Does she count as one?
Is she a whole person or is she a quarter of a person?
Yeah, she's quite light.
She's quite dinky.
Oh, there's lots of stuff going on there. Steve Stokes chucking a bucket of water over Rich when doing his
that
push-ups.
was fun, but that was in the last week. I think that was.
It was.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it's last
that comes
weekend.
a close second then.
Close second to our wedding anniversary picnic in the park.
Yeah.
Chucking water over.
Yeah, it was fun.
Great. Kerry Griffith said, it's all about musicality. I've danced with many men who keep the moves simple but have lots of musicality and had a fantastic dance. And conversely, there have been men who make things more complex but are not in time with the music. That's it. We clicked on the see more button. It was just exclamation marks. So yeah, keep it simple. Play with musicality. That's always nice. So yeah, loving reading those good stories, which is always nice.
Oh, Dot spent some nice time gardening in the sunshine with the lovely G&T, admiring her work. How lovely.
Fabulous. Right, this is a question from Kate Burton of Sir Devon fame. So we recently put on our group, what's the most attractive quality you look for in a dance partner? Is it their smile, their moves, their awareness, or connection, etc.?
Was this something, Kate, you guys did on Sir Devon?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, brilliant. Was this question from Kate?
It was. That's why I put Sir Devon in there and said the question was from Kate at the beginning of the statement.
I didn't hear you say that.
No, I knew you weren't listening.
I was reading comments and trying to do two things at once.
Yeah, I thought you were multitasking. You're a lady.
Come on,
move swiftly on.
Move through the question.
What's your thoughts on that question then? Do you need to read it again?
No, I'm just trying to think what my answer is.
Yeah. What attracts me? Again, this is something which I know a number of people really concern themselves with. I've had a number of mother and daughter combinations. And I've had the mothers saying that they sit there quite a lot while their daughter gets asked to dance much more than the mother. And like vice versa, the father-son combinations, we've kind of had the same thing. So for me, I generally couldn't care what somebody looks like, what age they are, how good they are at dancing or anything. What I kind of want to have is fun on the dance floor.
Oh.
So I kind of want to make sure that we're going to have fun. So yeah. I love dancing with beginners. I love dancing with, teachers, experienced people, and everything in between.
I sometimes have two different hats on that I'm wearing. If I'm teaching, then
I'm wondering where this is going.
What I like to do being a teacher is to, exactly as Richard, to have fun and dance with loads of different people, and it doesn't matter dance ability. But sometimes if I'm being really, really selfish and I just want to have a great quality dance, then it will be looking for somebody that has amazing musicality, because that is something that I enjoy for myself and my dancing. But musicality can be different in different people as well. It's not the same for everybody. You get lots of different styles, lots of different interpretations of the music. So it's not one particular style or one particular way of dancing. It can be a whole variety of different things. But I guess if I want to stretch myself and challenge myself as a dancer, then sometimes those selfish moments, and that's what I would look for.
Yeah. So I suppose it depends on what kind of mood you're in, and if the song comes on, all that type of stuff. Just a very quick.
Probably the reason why I say that is because I don't get out dancing that much anymore. Because of Beatrice.
Nobody is.
Well, no, but before that, because of Beatrice, I was always in.
Yeah.
So when I did go out, it was like I just wanted to have a nice dance for me, because I'm not. When you're out all the time, there's more time to share, right? But when you only go out once in 3 weeks,
yeah,
there was something about looking and having the best dances you could.
Fair enough. Quick update on the poll. It's neck and neck at the moment. Scone, as in gone, or scone, as in bone. That is this week's poll, just to let you know. That's a fantastic question. Do you need qualifications to be a teacher? Well, I'm guessing you're on about being a dance teacher, because being a school teacher, if they don't have qualifications, then our children have got no chance. It depends on the organisation, if I'm honest with you. To be a Sarok teacher is quite a long process. So to be a Sarok teacher, first of all, you've got to be selected to be a teacher, either by the franchisee. So that's generally the normal way in which it's done, is that a franchisee will approach somebody and say, would you like to be a teacher? You then have to go for a day's audition in London, of which probably I think 20 or 30% gets through, something like that. You then have a 7-day beginner course, which again is every day, kind of 20-hour days. I think they often do. It seems that way anyway. And that's very arduous. And then you have 3 months worth of revisiting everything. And then you have an intermediate course, which again goes on for quite a long time. And then you get resets after that. So it kind of goes on for quite a long time. So the answer is yes. You do need to have qualifications, and it's quite a rigorous process to go through. That's why Srock is such a good company. There we go. Any other questions that you're reading at the moment?
No.
No. Okay.
Apart from, does Zoe now know what Northern Soul is? Yes, Steve, I do. I saw a class from Sharon in Mist, and she's brilliant at it, but I do not like it personally.
No.
It's not a dance type I would like to learn.
Not my bag either.
It's just a personal thing, but she was amazing doing it. She looked fabulous. But
it is amazing seeing everybody's good stories. That's really lovely to watch, genuinely.
So what have we got? We've got people having fish and chips.
Generally seeing people again that we...
Fish and chips and Prosecco in Knaresborough Castle grounds. Clive, that sounds amazing.
Does sound good.
Meeting friends for socially distanced walks. Exhilarating walk at Sand Point on Sunday with a picnic. No Prosecco. Still sounds amazing, Amanda. Yeah, lots of lovely things going on, and that's nice. Seeing granddaughter through the garden gate, jumping on a trampoline when I was dropping off some shopping. Aww. Yeah, and we all miss hugs, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Best thing this week for Dawn, realising there is a lot I'm not interested in going back to when we are let out. Nothing like gardening and sunshine to put you in a better place.
We have been very lucky, actually, that pretty much apart from about 3 days, I think it is, since the lockdown happened, we've had sunshine. Can you imagine everybody's mood if it had been raining every day?
No, it would have been a totally different story, I think.
It would have been very, very difficult.
Sunshine has definitely kept us all happy.
It has, kept us all happy. Right. Next question.
We can't have long left, have we?
We haven't got long left. No, we've got about 2 minutes left. Okay, so if you both get the chance to watch TV, do you agree on what to watch? I'll let you answer this one, Mrs.
I
P.
love football and cricket and snooker.
That's great. Can't wait.
We don't always agree what to watch, but we do like a lot of similar things. Richard loves Love Island.
Don't. No, so Zoe loves to watch rubbish like Casualty and Holby City and just anything that's like Greatest Housewives of Berlin.
I don't know where you've got that from. I've never watched that programme in my life. But anyway.
Yeah, you have definitely watched some Housewives programmes.
Like a long, long time ago.
Yeah, but you still watch them. I remember coming in and there was like posh people all dressed up and they were arguing over who's got the biggest chihuahua and stuff like that. It was ridiculous. But generally what we try and do, now I'm in most evenings.
Love is Blind, that was my latest one.
Is we do try and kind of watch a series of some sort. Jemima has just recommended, hello Jemima, just put something on there, watching White Lines, which we just watched which we just watched the first episode of last night.
That was Kate, wasn't it? Who recommended that?
No, Jemima.
Oh, was it Jemima?
Jemima.
I thought it was Kate Garrett.
Don't think it might have been Kate. If it was Kate, I do apologise.
I thought you said it was Kate last night.
I don't know.
Oh well. Somebody thank you for recommending it, whoever it was.
No doubt you'll reply in a second in the chat. Because you're both online. So yeah, thank you for that. We've watched loads of stuff. Normal People was very good. We're quite enjoying is the wrong word. Aftermath with Ricky Gervais.
Aftermath just makes me sad though. It makes me cry every single episode.
Yeah, but that's
it's brilliant, but it's just so sad. Like
yeah, we do in a really sad sort of way. If we're just watching some what we call chav TV, watch Gogglebox. Thank you. It was Jemima. So yeah, Gogglebox.
Oh, Gogglebox makes me laugh.
So yeah, quite like Gogglebox.
That's very good.
So, yeah.
Anything that makes me laugh at the minute is really good.
Yeah. Right. So last things we're going to say, as always, we really appreciate everybody that joins in. Feel free to share these videos. The whole point of us doing these is just to kind of bring some happiness if we can and bring everybody together and watch all the comments come through. It always makes sense. So yes, final result on the poll, just to let you know, and that is for the first ever time we have a tie.
Oh, what?
I need to publish those, don't I? Let's do that. Okay, we have a tie. So 50% say scone and 50% say scone. Scone or bone, or scone or gone. So that is what it is. So yes, 50%. And I don't think Oh, it's just gone. Somebody must have just voted because as I clicked it, it was so therefore scone as a clear winner in true Brexit style.
Scone.
So Dot watched White Lines and she liked it too. Good. Okay.
3 weeks till the Premier League starts. Oh no. That's the
Yeah.
only good thing about lockdown so far is the football doesn't
I
start.
don't watch much football anyway.
Designated Survivor. Not heard about that one.
No.
Pete. Lots of people liking the sewing bee. Normal
Yeah.
people I love, but oh my god, that made me cry as well.
Yeah.
There's loads of sad bits in it.
There was.
Sex Education made me laugh.
Sex
That
Education
quite
was excellent. Really
fun. We need
enjoyed
some more
that.
light-hearted telly. There's lots of
Yeah.
killing.
There is.
Lots of...
Lots of kind of stuff, but yeah. So it'd be great to have some
Anyway, any
light-hearted
further
stuff.
recommendations, let us know. Always looking for a good drama to...
And yes, if people are asking, I have allowed Zoe to get back to my hair with the pube trimmers again,
Yeah,
and
that's
even
looking tidy.
thinning out my hair as well. I'm 45 years old and I have to have my hair thinned. But that's not a bad thing, I suppose. But
It's a bit tufty in places.
it's getting a bit tufty and a little bit wedgy now. But let's move on from that. Right,
Surviving.
we are going to end this Killing Eve. Yeah, we never got into Killing Eve. I know lots of people say they love it, but there we go.
Evening, Troy.
Yes, hello everybody. Right, we do need to close this
We
up.
do need to go, otherwise we'll just keep going forever.
We will keep going forever. As always, massive thank you to everybody that watches this. We hope you enjoy it, and yeah, we'll be back next Thursday.
Yeah, and next weekend, don't forget 1:30.
1:30 for the solo
Solo
dance.
line dance. We're going to have a bit of fun with that, and then don't forget Scones. Buy your ingredients. Richard's going to go and post the ingredients list now, and then hopefully you can all join in with our Zoom afternoon, which is going to be lots of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll try and figure out other ways of making it accessible as well. But it'll be done via Zoom. It's all free of charge. You just need to click on the link to do that. So yes, thank you ever so much for everybody listening and watching. We hope you enjoy it. We will be back next Thursday. Do spread the word. It'd be lovely to have as many people on here watching live as possible. For now, though,
Bye, everybody.
adios, and we'll see you all again soon.
Night, night.